It's another beautiful weekend out in the mountains. I'm with David. We're going up here to Cali Camp and then going to hopefully summit Ontario and Bighorn Peak. We'll see if we have time for both. But it rained past few days, so the ground is nice and damp, no dust, but really humid out. Here we go, almost to Ice House Saddle and on our way to Cali Camp. Coming up to Cali Camp, this is flowing right here. So the spring isn't flowing in camp, we can come back here and gather water here. Made it into Cali Camp. This used to be a historic camp many moons ago. You can see where some of the foundations used to be right here. Let's find a spot to set up camp at. There's the spring here at Cali Camp. Good to see it's got a nice flow of water. Took a little bit of a gamble, not filling up at Columbine Spring, and that gamble's paying off because there's water here. Camp is all set up. We're going this way up to Ontario Peak. But yeah, once we get back, I think there's only be one other group here at Cali Camp with us, so you can't beat that. So after Cali Camp, you come up to the ridgeline. We're almost there, and you can split. One way that way goes to Ontario Peak, and that way goes to Bighorn Peak. See if we got time to do both. And then right behind me there, you got Telegraph, and then right over there between the trees is Mount Baldy. Beautiful views coming up here. Dave is waiting for me at the saddle. We've got a great view of the clouds. There's Cucamonga over there, and Bighorn right there, Ontario right there. We hit the split and now we're heading up to Ontario Peak. On the other side is just covered in clouds. Over here, not bad. And you hear the winds just whipping through just on the other side of that ridge. Earlier I thought we were coming up on Ontario Peak. It's been a while since I've done the trail, but I was wrong. That wasn't Ontario Peak. That right there, that's Ontario Peak. Up here at Ontario Peak. Some beautiful views out here. Whew. Just a little windy. So from right there, that is going to be Mount Baldy. To the right's Mount Harwood. Come along. Right in the middle in the clouds is Iron Mountain. And to the right is Baden Powell. You got Troop over there, Burnham, South Hawkins, and Mount Hawkins. Can't see anything over that way because of the clouds. Out that way is Catalina. And then on the other side over here, on the other side of the tree, is Cucamonga Peak. And then you can also see, what's that? Mount San Jacinto as well. Where we're going now is right there. That's Bighorn Peak. And do that, then head back to camp. And we got some camp chores to do, like filtering water. And just relaxing for the night. Brought up some Elijah Craig whiskey to share with David. And then make our dinner and chill. Should be a good night. So we're going up here to Bighorn. See David there. It's just a steep grade up. Well, we've made it up here. We're at the top of Bighorn Peak. So get a couple pictures, then get on back down to camp. So we're coming down from Bighorn Mountain, And this way, very steep, lots of logs to go over, and then a bunch of brush to go through as well. It's not as well as maintained as going over to Ontario Peak, but still a fun adventure and worth doing. Well, we've made it back to camp. Beautiful camp out here at Kelly Camp. About to make dinner. I brought out this little unit here. It's that cook kit that Matt gave me. MSR. Love it. Real lightweight. And for dinner, next mile meal, the buffalo style ranch chicken. When we were up at, I believe, Big Pine Lake, Monica and I both had one of these, but I had the older one, so I believe the buffalo style is just the one that tastes a lot better. So we'll find out. And David, who's not on camera, he's having a huck burger for dinner. Good morning. Right now it's a little bit after 7. Just tried to sleep in a little bit because of the winds. Winds came in about 5 o'clock in the morning, and they've been brutal. I don't know if you can hear it on the GoPro or not, but they're going through the trees pretty good, and every once in a while one of those big gusts drop lower to where we're at and just blows right through the tent, and it's a cold wind. So we're gonna make some breakfast here, pack up, and head on back down the mountain. Well, outside the tent, you can see the tent blowing around. I'll show you what I got for breakfast here. Little scrambled eggs with bacon from Mountain House. Gonna try it out. I've never had this one, but it's supposed to be low in carbs, so just gonna try it, see how it is, see if it's any better than the Next Mile meals that have the eggs, like the steak omelet or the Denver omelet and stuff they have. Then have some coffee and head back down the mountain. It was a good night. Slept warm. Had my 20-degree or the X-Lite, so that worked out well. And like I said, the wind didn't pick up till about 5 o'clock this morning. Here we go. Have some breakfast and head down the mountain. Just leaving Kelly Camp, had a good breakfast. As I was putting my stuff away, I forgot I still had coffee in my cup. So as I put my coffee cup in there just to nest into my sleeping bag or quilt and everything, it got everywhere in there. So when I get home, I'll dry it all out. But turning out to be a nice day. No clouds in the sky, just a little bit of wind now, and we're on the way back down. So just gonna show you right through the trees. It's hard to pick up, but I can see the trail going back and forth in there. So we've got to drop down to there. That's probably a good 500, 600 feet, maybe 700 feet down. And then we're gonna probably take the Chapman trail down, get a couple extra miles in, but it's also less steep than taking the regular trail. Right in front of David there, his ice house saddle. Made it back here from Kelly Camp in about 20 minutes. Not too bad. So here we go. We got the turnoff for the Chapman trail. It's gonna be 4.7 miles back to the trailhead. If we did the Ice House Canyon trail, it'd be 3 miles. So it adds about 1.7 miles out. Let's do it. When doing the Chapman trail, you're up a lot higher than the trail down below. And I can actually see people way, way, way down there. But one thing I like about it, you get the nice views. Let me show you what I mean. Look at those views. You get views of the whole Ice House Canyon. Some great views across the way. Ontario Peak up there. And we're gonna come up to Cedar Glen Camp here shortly and take a small break there, just get some water, some snacks in us, and continue on our way down. This gully gets washed out more and more through the years, especially after the winter we had. Got washed out really good. Just a good view of Ice House Canyon. Ontario Peak is up in there. Bighorn Peak's up in there. And Kelly Camp is probably right in there. So the camp is right in there. I can see the helicopter pad there, painted in orange or rusted orange. The camp is right there. We just have to go around and we're there. Into Cedar Glen Camp. Looks like there's one group on the far side over there. For the most part, it's empty now, about 10:30 on Labor Day. Plenty of sites. I see people have got fire rings up here now, which you're not allowed to have fires up here. We've camped here before. I think David and I camped like actually right in here. Nice little flat campsite. I'm making my way back to my Jeep. Almost there. Hope you enjoyed this one. I know we had a blast up here backpacking it. No subscriber Jay, good meeting you out here on the trail. So until the next one, thanks for having me.